So audiophile products are a really vast genre and there's honestly so much to learn about them. Personally, I'm all about finding the pursuit to learn and absorb as much as possible, and when I ventured into testing audiophile gadgets, I honestly cannot be happier. So today we're taking a look at Hidizs' latest audiophile high-res IEMs, and to see if these new IEMs are able to give you an enjoyable signature for all your music. And I think with Hidizs' latest design and capabilities and features, there is a very cool analog tag in these IEMs that makes them tunable. So today's review unit was sent over to me by Hidizs, and although these were sent over to me, no money has exchanged hands, and this review is solely based on my opinion and experience using these earbuds. So these earbuds retails for a cool $80 US, which is around 340 Malaysia ringgit. Its retail price is slightly cheaper than the Hidizs MS2 that we've checked out before. And in the audiophile world, these are IEMs that are not too expensive. So if you're interested in getting these earbuds, definitely check out my links in the description below. So design-wise, the MM2 is a pretty cool looking IEM and reminds me a little bit of a Cybertruck kind of design, and the faceplate that you see Hidizs use here is not some regular resin or plastic faceplate. So it's actually a lozenge shaped aluminium alloy faceplate, which is really cool, and lozenge is this design, this triangular lozenge kind of shape. So the body of the IEM itself is made of a transparent resin mold, and this transparent color is mostly attributed to this silver color model, where the black model gets a smoke color design, which is also really nice. So one of the coolest features of this particular IEM is the fact that it comes with different types of tuning valves, and everything here is milled out of aluminium, so it's really solid and cool, and even the valve holder is made of a nice aluminium. So what you see here is the aluminium block. It's really a piece of solid aluminium. It's very thick. It holds all the tuning valves. So what Hidizs gives you here is 3 different types of tuning valves, which includes a set of treble ones, balance one that came on the earbuds itself, and also a bass ones. So how this tuning valve works is mostly about modifying the air acoustical resistance generated within the earbuds to further customize how these earbuds will sound like. Since these are analog IEMs, there's no app that lets you tune the EQ or sound signature, and this is how you do it the analog way. So by physically altering the air pressure to generate different tones. So personally, I really like the mechanical experience of it, which makes me feel like, you know, I'm more in touch with my music in a more retro way, which is really exciting. And in order to change out the tuning valves, all you gotta do is just twist this around. It's quite easy to open up, and once you open it, it's actually quite long, and it exposes a hole, which generally lets air get pushed out of this hole. So with this tuning valve inside, there's different materials to resist air pressure. So once you screw that back on, you can change it to either treble, the balance, or the bass ones, and it will tune your audio according to that, and we'll talk a little bit more about this in the sound signature section. So apart from the tuning valves, you're also going to get a metal ear tips for the cleanest and most precise audio reproduction as much as possible. So there's no shortcuts here, there's no plastic or no fabric type of ear tip. So this is really nice. And with a brand like Hidizs, like all of their earbuds that you buy from them, they give you a whole bunch of ear tips that you can choose from and change so that you always find the best fit. So what I have on mine now is the medium size ones. So you're going to get quite a lot of this to choose from, and you're also going to get that tuning valve together as a whole package. So one more cool thing that Hidizs throws into the entire offering is also a very high quality leather case with real metal hardwares all around it to hold your precious earbuds. And I think this is still cooler than having a hard case, because this leather pouch sure adds a touch of sophistication to whoever that brings these earbuds around. So everything here feels really nice and high quality. So as you would figure it out, the MM2 is not a wireless IEM. So cable wise, what we're getting here is also the same sort of cable as the MS2, and it's important for this cable to be interchangeable. So you can see that Hidizs gives you all these pins and plugs so that you can upgrade or change your cable depending on your liking or your favorite cables. So removable and customizable for audiophile products is really important, and it's all about mixing and matching, you know, find your own personal taste. What sounds good to you may not sound good to another person, so having the ability to swap out the cables is very important. So Hidizs gives you their standard mixed braiding of quad-core cables. So what they mean by quad-core is that if you look very closely into the cable, let me try and see if I can focus here. So inside you're gonna see 4 different wires wires braided together to form a single cable, and this is a mix between high purity silver wires and oxygen-free copper wires. So you will also notice that the cable curls up in two and then go into the IEM. So this is essentially to cut off noise from the cable, like how you accidentally touch the cable with your hands, or hitting the cables, or buffering, or noise. So this style, essentially, if you find on all IEMs, is to reduce as much of the noise as you can. So with this cable, what you're going to get is a very nice combo between bright, lively sound signature and also the warmer tones from the copper wires respectively. So these cables are also detachable and connect using a standard 0.78mm 2-pin gold plugs. So if you go out and look for a spare cable or anything that you want, you can just replace them or change them or upgrade them to your liking. So if it breaks, definitely you can just swap out the cable without having to buy an entirely new earbuds. So the MM2 comes with pretty nice features as well. And what you're getting here is a hybrid driver design, but instead of the nose BA driver found in the MS2, Hidizs uses a magnetostatic balance membrane driver as well as the same 10.2mm PEK macromolecular polymer diaphragm to drive the audio. So that's definitely a mouthful, but anyways, what you need to know is that this has multiple drivers, one BA driver and one dynamic driver. So you're going to get the benefit of the bright balanced armature driver as well as the warm and the bass of the dynamic driver. So similar to all Hidizs product, the MM2 is also high-res certified. So out of the box, you're going to get some of the most organic high-quality audio without having any special tools, devices or DAC amps. However, having these really does boost the sound quality the way you like. So the earbuds is also rated at 18 ohms impedance, so similar to the MS2, and these earbuds can easily be driven by your phone, by your high-res DAPs, and even your laptops. So technically speaking, anything below 50 ohms doesn't require any DAC amp. And I've tried running a 250 ohms headphones, the One Audio Monitor 80, just with my phone, and it still works, just that there isn't enough power for it to be very loud or sound very good. So 18 ohms definitely is no problem, will work with most of your devices. But of course, if you have your favorite DAC amp to run these earbuds with, then definitely try them out. So the most important part about this is how do they sound. And first, let's talk about the variable here, because these IEMs come with tuning valves for you to swap them around to change the sound signature. So to get a good baseline, I removed the tuning valve and tried to hear what it sounded like, and true enough, without a good resistance to air pressure, the air pressure leaks and makes the IEM sound really muffled and lack definition. So that's a very important feature to have this on. So just to reiterate, there are three that came together with these earbuds, and you get a balanced one that is already screwed into the IEM. You get a treble one, and you also get a bass one, right? So the bass one is this red color one, and this is the treble one. So you can just swap them out very easily. So if you put the bass tuning valve on, it becomes a lot crisp and clear, but I noticed that the bass tuning valve doesn't mean extra bass like how you would imagine like Sony have extra bass, right? But it actually warms up the lower end of the spectrum, giving vocals a slightly warmer tone. But I noticed that the bass notes, the mids, the highs are all retained. So remember, these are tuning valves, right? It doesn't change the power of how those frequencies are generated. So if from the start you're not going to have a very bassy earbuds, by putting on the bass tuning valves, it's not gonna like give you extra bass. So that's something to take note of. So then I tried on the treble tuning valve, and this one definitely makes the vocal sound very bright and metallic. It's a very subtle change, but if you focus on the frequency, on the right frequency, and you will definitely hear the difference, right? So finally, the balanced tuning valve is my favorite, so I have it on here as it gives the earbuds the most natural sounding and balanced signature overall. So similar to the MS2, these IEMs emphasizes on audio being as natural as possible. So bass note here is not strong at all. So just very subtle to let you feel dynamism in your music, on your song. This is important for any IEMs because you're not looking for any one frequency to dominate the spectrum, but sufficiently good enough for it to sound organic and natural. So that's the whole idea here. So vocals or the general mid-range sounds really crisp and clear with these IEMs and makes both male and female vocal pop slightly slightly, but I noticed that the vocal range gets influenced by the tuning valves the most. So depending on what tuning valves you have on, it makes the biggest change to the mid-range and the vocals. So the highs and clarities on these earbuds is really nice as well, and is controlled really well. No crackling or ear pierce at any volume ranges, so these are absolutely nice sounding earbuds. So I think this is yet another nice execution from Hidizs, and if you like the tunable feature of these IEMs, then it's actually a really nice feature to have. But if you want to stick to the name brand, nose, balance, armature driver, then perhaps check out the Hidizs MS2. So that is it for this review. If you find this video helpful, smash the thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.